All right. Well, earlier we shared with you the firestorm surrounding LA Clippers owner Donald Sterling's alleged racist remarks that were caught on audio tape. Once again, here's a snippet of what was heard around the world. Oh, my goodness.
The statements by the owner of the Los Angeles Clippers. For our Malaysian audience, this is a sports team, basketball team in the United States. The owner is reported to have said some incredibly offensive, racist statements that were published. When ignorant folks want to advertise their ignorance, you don't really have to do anything, you just let them talk, and that's what happened here.
Even President Obama is weighing in. What do you make of this controversy, and how damaging is it to the LA Clippers brand?
Oh, it's very damaging, not only to the Clippers, but to the whole NBA franchise, every team that's involved. The problem is he has a history of racial discrimination in the past. So this is not anything new, but the fact that it's coming out now during the playoffs, which is supposed to be the most celebratory time, in the NBA now, makes things a lot worse.
You said he has a history of it. Give us a sense of some of the things he's done in the past.
Well, he's been sued in the past for racial discrimination. Some of his real estate buildings that he would rent to tenants, they came to find out that he did not rent to Hispanics or blacks. He was sued and they settled out of court.
Wow.
Well, everyone keeps saying this is him allegedly saying these comments on this audio recording,
Right.
but has anyone actually confirmed that it is his voice?
Well, that's what they're trying to do now. That's what the NBA and Commissioner Adam Silver are trying to determine, if the authenticity of the tapes, if that is actually him. It does sound like him. People who have spoken with him in the past, interviewed him in the past, said it sounds just like him.
Now, many people are calling for Sterling to sell his team. How likely is that to happen?
That's not very likely. I mean, they may try to force him to sell the team. But look at this. If he sells that team, he purchased that team for $15 million. If he sells the team, it's worth close to $1 billion. So even if he does sell it, does he really lose out?
Yeah, it's a win-win all around for him.
Right.
But he's the sole owner of the team, so
Correct.
what actions can the NBA Commissioner Adam Silver really take upon him?
They can suspend him and they can fine him a hefty amount of money. They can suspend him indefinitely. They can get together with the other owners of the league to find out if they still want him to own that club. And if it's determined that it is him and all those comments are him, the sanctions could be really, really tough.
Now, what, if anything, can the players do? Because obviously, particularly the African-American players on the team, they don't feel good about this at all. But is silent protest their only option?
Right now, basically, that is their only option. I mean, if you're under contract and you leave, then you're not going to get paid. If you're a free agent, then you can leave. So right now, their only recourse is, to try to win in spite of him.
And what are fans saying about this situation? Are they planning to protest and not go to the games?
Now, fans are going to go to the games, but I think a lot of them, and this is what I would suggest, is that if you're a fan and you go to the game, don't buy anything. Don't buy any popcorn. Don't buy any hot dogs. Don't buy anything that would help the economic side of the Los Angeles Clippers.
Well, the tickets help.
Well, yeah, but those tickets have already been paid for and already bought. So you can't, if you get rid of them, then you're throwing away money. But if you go there, don't spend $40 or $50 on a jersey or, on concessions, because that will hurt in his pocket a lot more. Because remember, he has to pay the people that work the concession stands. If they're not selling, then they're not making that money up again.
So protest with your wallet.
Exactly.
Now, people like Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan have also obviously been very vocal. Is there any way that they can come to some consensus with him? I've read somewhere that Magic Johnson would consider buying the team if Sterling decided to sell it. Do you think that would appease or assuage people who are angry about this?
It might. I mean, that would actually be a really good idea if you were to get a minority owner, because remember, right now, aside from Michael Jordan, he's the only African-American owner in the NBA. So, it would help to a certain extent. The image, the brand, the face of the NBA. Remember, 80% of the players are African-American. And it's a global it's a global thing now. I mean, the NBA is worldwide. You look at the Olympics and how it takes shape during the summer. Now, the Summer Olympics take place in 2016 in Brazil. And you're going to have all these, countries competing for the gold medal. And it used to be that the United States was dominant in the Olympics, but now you have other countries that are coming up and testing them to the.
Isn't it the wrong business to be in if you don't like black people?
It really is. It really is.
Well,
I
do you
mean,
think an apology would be enough in this situation if Sterling comes out and says, "Oh, I'm sorry"?
You know what? If you listen to that, I listened to 10 minutes of it, and apparently there's another 40, 50 minutes that hasn't been released yet. If you listen to that, I don't even think an apology is going to help the situation. I think the best thing that he can do is sell the team.
Sell the team.
Yeah.
All right.
And you know what? To sell it to an African American would even be better.
All right, Andrew Rosario, thank you so much for joining us. And now we want to know what you think about this situation. Tweet us at Arise TV 360.